Okay, abusia ba makwaba sonko so adeba POG Media so. Yere me political highway so highway ne de ensem bebre so ayen so ya je pene se be me abadwafo no ahudie eko ene de e ba abusia yembonra yensem mu no eye high court eye TEMA central eye elections no sisi ano eye high court awda electoral commission se onko recollection na abusia na recollection na omokwa akoye no eye bibia indicate say eye NDC NHS eye bibia ekoma omo a abusia okọ high court na chese tension a ekoso ewo high court no enye easy kra NDC for no de enije eye ebi bright ono bibia chese nioma ekoye wanafa abusia yenso ye de bremuti si ano high court awda eye electoral commission say onko na onko yesa eye recollection net say on declare results na abusia enye easy cry ye beda mase say mobemi akona yakwa kuti ensem cause na asa na ebe kono or ensem can be afashe your comment section like na share ma front so answer into me and can be POG Media so beda mase
has been compelled as per the application that was made by the NPP to recollect the TEMA results and declare the winner therefrom. And this is supposed to happen before the 6th of January. This means that the court is looking at having the winner declared to early enough for whoever would win, whether it be Bright, whether it is Bright or it is Mr. Forsen, for the person to be sworn in on the midnight of the 7th, as we are all anticipating. So that is the first out of the 4 constituencies that the court is hearing this afternoon. And the results we are getting, the decision of the court, as we have it now, is that the Electoral Commission must recollect the results of TEMA Central. You heard us engage the TEMA Central people earlier, the NDC side, and they were confident that indeed it was going to go their way. They believed that the court was going to pronounce outrightly that Ibi Bright is the winner and there was no need to recollect and to determine a winner. But that is contrary to what the court has eventually decided. Earlier, just moments after we heard this, singing erupted here at the High Court complex, where we have scores of NPP supporters singing their anthem. They are obviously excited about what has happened regarding TEMA Central. But we are still waiting for the remaining 3 constituencies. Grace.
Sister Don Ulo, my colleague from the High Court. So the breaking news coming in is that the High Court has ordered the Electoral Commission to recollect and declare results for the TEMA Central constituency. And that is between Ibi Bright of the NDC and also Charles Forsen of the NPP. Sister tells us that the court made the decision on many reasons, including 2 which he mentions as one. The person who declared the result was not a returning officer, was not the right person who declared the result. And also, the EC collated only 146 out of 148 polling station results. That means that EC did not have the full complement of the results to declare for whoever that won. That was Ibi Bright. And so the court says declaration, collation, and declaration should be done again. And that should be done on or before the 6th of January. We know that on 7th January, there's going to be the swearing in of the new administration, including MPs, and the court wants that to be done so that by 7th, there'll be a full complement of who is going to Parliament, as well as the President-elect John Dramani Mahama. My colleague Alfred Okanse is here with me in the studio for more on this. Alfred, what does this mean to all of the conflict or uncertainty we've had since all of these issues started?
Great. So we're back to the status quo, square one, because if you recall what happened at the Electoral Commission's, that's Greater Accra Regional Office almost 2 weeks ago when Charles Forsen was declared as MP-elect, is the same process that the court is asking that the EC goes back to do. The EC did the collation or recollation in the TEMA Central constituency and then now declared Charles Forsen as MP-elect. It was that particular act that Nelson Dafiamekwo, who is a lawyer for Ebi Bright, was contesting because the court had previously given an order that they should now go back and then either start from where they left off or start the entire process of recollation. That's what Dafiamekwo was contesting, that the court was quite clear that instead of the regional officer of the Electoral Commission for TEMA indicating that they were going to start off from where they left off, that is just the 2 polling stations that were left, he would rather they go through the entire process of. With what has happened today, the court is essentially saying that those 2 polling stations that were not and added to the original declaration 146, but there are 148.
So the 2 that were not added to the 146,
to make up the total number of polling stations in the TEMA Central constituency. Now, what we're going to see in the coming days, because by January 6th, the court says by January 6th, that collation should have been done for the 2 polling stations and then added to the 146 that was used to declare Ebi Bright as MP-elect. Now, by end of January 6th, we'll get to know, and it is crucial. Why? Because the 9th Parliament will be sworn in on the dawn of January 7th. And so if this declaration for TEMA Central is done on January 6th, all things being equal, 7th. And so if this declaration for TEMA Central is done on January 6th, all things being equal, the Electoral Commission now would have to go through the process of gazetting where they left off. That is just the 2 polling stations that were left. Though he would rather they go through the entire process of recollation.
From the top.
That was the contention. Now, with what has happened today, the court is essentially saying that those 2 polling stations that were not collated and added to the original declaration 146, but there are 148.
So the 2 that were not added to the 146,
to make up the total number of polling stations in the TEMA Central constituency. Now, what we're going to see in the coming days, because by January 6th, the court says by January 6th, that collation should have been done for the 2 polling stations and then added to the 146 that was used to declare Ebi Bright as MP-elect. Now, by end of January 6th, we'll get to know, and it is crucial. Why? Because the 9th Parliament will be sworn in on the dawn of January 7th. And so if this declaration for TEMA Central is done on January 6th, all things being equal, the Electoral Commission now would have to go through the process of gazetting whoever is declared as the MP-elect after the 2 polling stations are added in TEMA Central, for the person to go through the registration process and be sworn in as part of the MPs for the 9th Parliament on the dawn of January 7th. So that's one area to look at as well. But we would have to backtrack to understand why these 2 polling station results were not even added to the 146 that was used to declare Ebi Bright as MP-elect. If you recall, during the elections, in fact, after the 7th of January, after polls closed at 5 p.m., there was some misunderstanding in the TEMA Central constituency where the Electoral Commission was attempting to transport some ballot boxes using a private vehicle instead of the official vehicle of the Electoral Commission. So you had the NDC supporters there contesting that particular move by the AEC. Eventually, there was some understanding. They got a taxi, and then they transported the boxes because they said they could rather trust the taxi driver, than a private vehicle, which was not even registered for that matter. Now, fast forward, on the 9th of December, we saw some thick crowd of supporters of the NDC who, together with the MPP as well, we understand, who thronged the coalition center. And as a result, the TEMA Central returning officer indicated that he cannot declare the results because his life was being threatened or in danger. So he had to take the TEMA West constituency returning officer to declare Ebi Bright as MP-elect in the TEMA Central constituency. And this was done at the Regional Police Command. Because of the misunderstanding, they moved the entire coalition process to the Regional Police Command. And that is where the TEMA West returning officer declared Ebi Bright as MP-elect.
And that is one of the reasons the High Court stated in making their judgment that the right returning officer did not declare the results in that constituency, and for that matter, they cannot uphold that Ebi Bright won the election.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it is also good to, and that's why I was making the point about how this TEMA West constituency returning officer was the one who declared Ebi Bright as MP-elect, because the TEMA Central constituency returning officer says, you know what, because of all the things that were happening there and he receiving threats, he was not in the position and right frame of mind to declare. And so he left. We understand he even left the coalition center. The TEMA West returning officer was the one then who was called upon to declare, based on the 146 constituency, that's the polling station results, Ebi Bright as MP-elect. The two polling station results, according to Nelson Ross in Dafian, the contention was that there was some discrepancy with the recording of the results on those two polling stations. That's pink sheets. And so they were contesting that. So they went into court today with the video evidence of the Electoral Commission, the TEMA West constituency returning officer, declaring Ebi Bright as MP-elect, to the effect that, to that extent that the Electoral Commission, an officer of the commission, had declared Ebi Bright as MP-elect, then that must hold, because a declaration has so-called has been made. But then the court is contesting it using the specific reference that you made. And we can now get into the rule book too that the court used, made reference to in reaching this particular ruling. Grace.
Yeah, so Alfred, the court makes a lot of cases or gives out a lot of reasons why they had to order the EC to do a recollation and declaration of the results again for the TEMA Central constituency, which means as it stands now, Ebi Bright cannot hold herself as the MP-elect for that constituency. Recollation and declaration will decide whether it is Ebi Bright of the NDC or Charles Forsing, also from the NPP. The court also says that there are some 5 reasons or 5 demands that should be met before that declaration that was done earlier would be upheld. Now, it says prerogative order issued by a court, and the 5 conditions are: shows there is a duty, was there a duty performed to the nation, must be of a public nature, and demonstrate demand. Was there a demand for that duty to have been performed? Did the EC show refusal to perform that public duty? The mandamus order be granted where applicant demonstrate that he has been prejudiced. And so the EC declared only 146 out of 148 polling stations not having collated, or 148 means first condition has been met. And also the person who declared the result was not a returning officer. That point Alfred and I have been hammering since we got here. And also on demand, was there a demand for that? And this one says the EC didn't deny receiving notice. It didn't deny receiving notice of the coalition that had been made, but inaction of the EC after receiving notice constitute refusal. So the questions on the minds of some people are that, assuming that a person other than the returning officer declared the results of the presidential, would it have been lawful? Imagine if the returning officer of the presidential election, who wasn't Jen Mensah, who is Jen Mensah, did not declare the results of the presidential, would it have been lawful? And also, if the EC declared person A as president after considering 100 out of the 276 constituencies, will it be legal? So these are the arguments that the court put out there, and in reaching the decision that the EC should recollate and then redeclare the results in the TEMA Central constituency, meaning that Ebi Bright cannot hold herself as MP-elect for the TEMA Central constituency. The EC will have to collate all 148 polling station results and then decide whether it is Ebi Bright of the NDC or it is Charles Forsing from the NPP. But what we have on your screens now are live visuals from the High Court showing how some supporters of the two parties are waiting anxiously for the final declaration also from the Ablekuma. We know that that case is also being heard also from the Ablekuma North constituency. Already the supporters are giving out a lot of varied reasons on why they either support the decision by the court or they don't support the decision by the court. We can listen to some of them and then we'll come back shortly. Well, so these are live visuals from the High Court coming to you where my colleague Sisters Don Ilo is engaging some of the supporters on the first ruling that has come out saying that the EC has been ordered to recollate and then declare the results for the TEMA Central constituency, meaning Ibi Bright again cannot hold herself as MP-elect for that constituency. After the recollation and declaration, the EC will decide whether it is Ibi Bright of the NDC or Charles Forson from the NPP, Alfred.
Well, so you can understand why the NDC supporters, they are not happy. And then also we got information that Ibi Bright stormed out of the courtroom, not too happy about this particular decision by the courts a few minutes ago. Here's the reason why. Because those two outstanding polling stations results were collated 2 weeks ago at the Electoral Commission's office here in the Greater Accra region. And when they added those two to the 146 polling station results that were used to declare Ibi Bright as MP-elect.
All right, Alfred, so I'll have you hold on that. Let's connect with Sisters. He's speaking with some of the supporters, and then we can get to hear what they've been telling him. With Sisters, if you just tuned in, the breaking news coming from the High Court is that the EC has been ordered to recollate and then declare. Okay, let's listen to Sisters now.
Yes, we are still here, Grace, at the High Court complex, and I have the NPP Regional Secretary with me, Mr. Parker. The first one that we are hearing from the court inside the courtroom regarding TEMA Central, it seems to be good for you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity, and let me first take the opportunity to greet all viewers. As I'm standing here, I'm communicating with one of our lawyers in there, and I speak to you. All the four has been declared that the EC should go ahead to do the declaration and collation, and then the EC, the police should provide them with armed security to ensure that the declaration is done. So it is all the four, not one. The TEMA Central came in first. So we informed our people about the TEMA one. But just as I'm speaking to you, we have one of our counsel in there who has given me information that all the four has been done. And so there should be a declaration as directed by the judge.
And they have spoken about Ablekuma North.
They've spoken about all the four. It's not only Ablekuma North. We have Ablekuma North, Okankwe Central, Techiman South, and then we have Okankwe Central. So it is all the four as I speak to you.
But the court is still in session.
Court is still in session. Definitely when they make that declaration, they still have to sit and then compile their documents. So that is what...
It's a judgment that is being given. And the moment it is given, it means that there's nothing left to be done in court. The court would vacate. Is that
like I'm saying, I have one of the lawyers in there who is communicating with me. So you are here, I'm here. We will definitely, they will be coming out very soon. You know, it takes time. You just don't wake up when judgment is given. They will compile some of their documents before they leave. So that is what they are doing in there. But as I'm speaking to you, I have it with me that all the four has been, the judge has granted that they should go back and then do the needful. The EC should go back and do the needful.
Well, we can agree on one, which is TEMA Central. The reporter we have in there has told us that that has already been decided upon by the court, and we know that Ablekuma North is underway. So we will wait on the reporter to update us on that. In the meantime, we can say that congratulations on TEMA Central.
Well, I will expect you to congratulate me on all the three in Greater Accra, because I have the greatest share in Accra. You have Okankwe Central, Ablekuma North, and so congratulate me on all the three.
When we get there. So, but why were you so convinced that you needed this recollation done?
Yeah, we have friends in the NDC. The NDC, we have a lot of them in there who are friends. We talk behind the scene. Most of their regional executives are my friends, close friends. We talk behind the scene. The NDC is aware that, yes, we've won the seats. They have won many of the seats. We'll give it to them. right? We're giving it to them. We didn't fight over it. Why? What is their interest? Okakwe Central. Why? How do you expect that when a police station of 141 people, 141 police stations goes to vote, you ask that it is only 111 that should be 110 that should be used to be declared? It doesn't happen anywhere. It doesn't mean you are disenfranchising the others. No, it is not done anywhere. So the truth is that the right thing will be done, the coalition will be done, and whoever will win will be given to them.
So you are prepared to accept the results following the recollation?
We have our pink sheets, and we've collated it before coming.
And you are sure that all 4 are going your way?
For the MPP.
But if the recollation is done and it doesn't go your way, will there be another case?
There's no way it won't go our way, because the NDC even know that it is for us.
Go your way. All right. So congratulations. We will wait to hear the final outcome from the court.
Okay. I was saying winning and some so our political highway so a electoral commission CCN or call now wakoye recollation just what declare TEMA central resource na busuya NDC for no any abri just say any easy cry but I'm asking some J Penecoti audio no at the MI POG Media so but I'm asking